My name is David Harlow. This is the conclusion to my HSCO 508 communication projects done through Liberty University online. I'll be going over some of the different techniques and strategies and overseeing overall ideas in order to paint a better picture of what my own individual communication skills are like. So first, a quick introduction of myself. Like I said, my name is David Harlow. I live in Central Virginia. I currently work for a local nonprofit here in my own area. And like I said, other than that, I'm pursuing my education a little bit more in order to try to go a little bit above and beyond what my current job description is in order to try to be a better asset. Some of the main articulating points is just to go over some of my own strategies and some of my own ideas that we've done from the Uniquely You profile, and I'm going to reflect on what some of the answers were that I found from doing the profile, and also what it actually meant, what each step meant when I got to the final conclusion. So I was very, I wasn't too surprised, because I kind of know a little bit of my personality, but it allowed me to reinforce me some good strategies to know that whenever I get out into more dominant career paths and everything like that, that I will be able to have a better impact on everybody around me, and also to have a better impact on the clients and people that I may meet in the future. Okay, so first off, my overarching goal is to continue my education and then hopefully receive some form of a PhD, whether through through Liberty University or through another big enterprise. And then to elaborate on that goal even more is I want to be able to continue professorship, and I also like to dive into a little bit of research. Obviously, everybody being here together, I'm getting my Master's of Arts in Human Services Counseling, and I love to be able to talk to people and help dive through some of their issues. What I like about it most is the ability to educate. It's more than just one facet. It allows me to dive into different areas in order to come up with a lot better overall idea for people. And I've also understand that if I want to reach this goal, the importance of my own interpersonal communication and strategies are going to be vastly needed and critiqued and improved on in order to make the biggest impact possible. And I have to also understand from this class in particular that understanding people is more than just listening with your ears, which I learned a lot through Carbonell and all of the other texts and readings that we have done. So some of the building blocks for interpersonal communication a lot of the time involve self-reflecting communication and outward communication. So self-reflecting, kind of like what the name says, is you look at yourself internally and then present your ideas outwardly so people can understand you. They understand your diction and your dialect, and also have a better idea of what you're trying to get across to them, which is kind of like the same thing for internal and external, which was brought up through Herlin and Visapa 2016, to balance your own internal communication and then make sure you get the ideas of the thoughts maybe going on in your head to everybody else on the outside. And that's a big goal for me, to where if I want to step up and become a professor, I have to make sure that my points are getting across to everybody accurately and concisely, so everybody's on the same page. Okay, so my behavioral blend and background in regards to the Uniquely You profile results showed that I was very alpha male-ish and very driven, career driven. The Uniquely You profile also said I was a mixture of alpha and compassion. I understand when it comes to people's ideas and stuff, what Uniquely You showed me was a problem that it's either my way or the highway. I have a very hard time going back and taking and looking at different people, because of my past job experiences have led me in leadership roles at a younger age. So I had to establish myself in order to make sure that people understand that a younger person on the job force knew what they were talking about, which has kind of been a detriment, because now that I'm getting up with my education and job status, I still have some of these traits, and I knew they were going to manifest, but it was kind of cool that Uniquely You profile actually caught it for me. Okay, so some of the positives and negatives that have come from the communication styles from Uniquely You and the overall background was that my communication styles come off as intimidating and brash, and these are some of my words as well. My main problem is that I need to channel my enthusiasm to other more helpful avenues, to whether it's through research or through helping people instead of just being so cut and dry when it comes to my communication style. I have to understand to be compassionate and understanding when it comes to certain situations that may arise and why people can't do what they do and why people can do what they do in certain situations. It also shows that I lead by example and that I need to listen completely before acting. The textbook that we had this semester with Peterson also told me that listening before acting also enables a better critical thinking platform to where I can be able to reach the people who I'm working with a lot better. And also, all the textbooks combined show that communication is a daily challenge of checks and balances. It's about listening to input, synthesizing everything, and then expanding it out to make sure that everybody understands what needs to get done. And particularly in the job field, because I have switched from blue collar to white collar work, so I don't need to quite be as brash and abrasive as I have to have been in the past with some of my job descriptions. So some of the barriers that have come to me not be able to reach my goal has to deal a lot with my dominant personality. I have to make sure that I understand everything that needs to get done, and also I'm not trusting in the experiences of others, which is due to my introverted mentality and personality, which is focused on myself rather than others. I try to make sure that I get the point across rather than talking to everybody and seeing what they understand across. So more communication barriers with the impact. I focus on my own achievements rather than those around me. So I have a heavy self-focus. I try to be the rock or the pillar of whatever is going on. I try to take on too much responsibility. So my relationships tend to focus around my career, which also has a little bit of from a lone wolf mentality. And one of my studies from Raja Homan 2015 really hit with me because it also understands my experiences. My communication is based on my experiences rather than the entire group. So I really need to work on understanding that everybody is a part of a project together, and we need to all come together for it. I have seen some great solutions though through the readings. One of the major solutions was understanding external communication. This was a major point from Burley Allen. The idea is more considerate of others' experiences and just becoming less abrasive for any of my goals and ideas. Another solution is development of fuller communication models. This is a balance of interpersonal communication experiences with colleagues and coworkers, so that we all understand, everybody's on the same page, and that we all get stuff done together. I also construct more communication-oriented identity, just become a little bit better of a person overall and just listen better, and then up my critical thinking ability in order to make sure that I can synthesize and process everything correctly that I need to. Finally, some action plans. I can implement techniques of having better communication schemas for everybody, and also rely on more body language and everything while I'm correcting or while I'm talking to people. Some reflection points that I had were just daily experiences, just reflecting on everything that has happened to understand that I can get a better personality, and overall just better self-reflection, understand the needs of everybody, and to know that we are all on the same project when it comes to this, and those are all talking points for me. So in conclusion, this whole project has been great to let me understand what I need to work on if I want to reach my overall professional goals. It is these professional goals that have driven me since I was probably in high school, and I understand that my communication path is upward. But I also understand that, and this is a great quote from James Humes, that the art of communication is the language of leadership. I may have taken that, actually I didn't may, I know I've taken that a little bit too far when it comes to past job experiences, but I know that I can understand this better and be able to be a better person in order to reach my future students, my future peers, and any research opportunities that I have. I also want to thank you for listening to this and allowing me to be a part of this class and a part of this awesome master's program. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I didn't mess up too bad. So, like I said, thank you. And like I said, I look forward to hearing from other colleagues in the future. Thank you.